A lot of the information that I'm seeing on the front lines is that this is kind of happening already. And it's taking the form of stealth euthanasia. Now, they're not outright calling it MAID because apparently that's illegal or for 18 years and under. But the idea of stealth euthanasia, of withdrawing medical care, of overdosing, of over-medicating, of withdrawing important and life-sustaining treatment is already happening.
And it's widespread, in fact, far more than people know. And here's another piece of information I know. The first drug that's administered in MAID is midazolam. It paralyzes the person so that, their claims of it's a peaceful death, well, we don't know because that person's paralyzed. For all we know, they're screaming in their heads while they drown in their own fluids because that's what happens. But midazolam was also given widely to COVID patients, elderly COVID patients. And the nurses were directed, because if you give it in the right dosage, and we're going to get into that in a second, folks, if you give it the right dosage, it will calm people down. But discussing with Dr. Trozy, I discovered that midazolam is very, very short duration, about an hour. That's all you get. And so the nurses were instructed to give it as needed. And yet the manufacturer of midazolam says right on the package, you must be extremely careful with dosage, especially with the elderly. Now, we have surprises. It's kind of an odd thing when you look at the UK because they're gone completely off the rails with the woke crap. In the past, I looked this up the other day, in the past 2 years, they have arrested over 24,000 people for online posts. But strangely, we can get good data from the National Health Service in the UK. And from that data, one researcher was able to determine that they killed tens of thousands of elderly people with midazolam. And what is it? It's the first drug given in MAID. And so, you're absolutely right. There's this silent MAID agenda already, where they're killing people with overdoses, withholding treatment, any way that they can.
And of course, they also use rocuronium as a paralytic in the MAID cocktail, right? So all of these things, of course, are being used off-label in huge quantities that basically kill. And so I'm very concerned for our children in Canada. And this is, and when I look at all of the data together, it seems that there's going to be very few ways that we can protect them without the outright repeal of this legislation, the outright repeal.